I recently posted this time-lapse video over on Instagram and it had a great response. Now, I'm not always posting these, so maybe it was something new and exciting, or like myself, I do love that overhead perspective. I do love creating time lapses, and I thought I would break down and show you exactly how I created this with my phone so that you can do it too. If you are a creative of any type and you are setting up your workspace with all your tools, or you're packing up to go on a marketplace, a show, and you want to create something similar to this, I thought I'd show you the simple steps it takes to do it. So I have the whole thing set up as I just created this past week for Instagram. This is my small Pelican case, and I have all my gear inside, and what I am using is a newer brand. Called Newer. It is a podcast mic. That is the intention. And I researched a lot on what type of scissor arm to buy because I wanted some specific things. First, I wanted something that was durable. There's so many on the market that are like a really flimsy plastic, and this had such great construction. I also wanted the bracket at the bottom. I wanted the widest I could find because table thicknesses are always so different. And I have, this table is pretty thick, but the one I had before was also, and I didn't want to then now jam myself up for future tables. I kind of wanted it to use for anything. At the top here, where you'd have a podcast mic, I'm using my phone clip by Joby. I use this on my small tripod that I carry around on all my shoots for background, but I simply just screw this on to the orientation that I need, and it has an adapter piece to take on the accessory, and I'm simply tightening it up to the table. I also love that I can turn this in all different directions depending on my needs. So if I had it on the side or in the front, if I need to swivel it, I can. I can also extend it higher. I could bring it down lower. So I loved that it was stable enough to hold my phone and capture what I need. So since what I'm doing here, it's not really intricate, tight handwork, I don't need to lower it. I'm going to have it kind of as high as I need it to be. And I'm just going to take my phone and go to time lapse. Okay, so I'm in time lapse. Now, if I was really close to the table and doing intricate handwork, I could have the phone and I could be looking down and seeing exactly my movements. Great for like a stop motion. But since this is much higher, I'm going to rotate my camera and then put the phone into the clip. Make sure it's steady. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm just simply looking underneath to see that everything's lined up. So the bag is slightly off. So I'm just going to bring that over. Okay, so I'm looking at this line for the table, and it's not exactly straight. So you can make adjustments in here, or you can edit after. So I'm just moving this to make sure that's more level. Okay, that looks good. Just going to bring this bag this way a little bit so it's more in frame. This line doesn't look... When you're looking this way, it's always... Luckily, there's post-production. Okay, so that looks good. Now, this bag is full, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take all the gear out, and then I'm going to repack it with new gear as though I'm setting up for another shoot. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to simply tap on the time lapse, and then I'm going to take gear away. Now, sometimes when a time lapse is on, people tend to start rushing because they think it's, oh no, like it's running. But honestly, if you keep at your same pace or maybe a little bit slower, it will make for a great time lapse. So maybe I don't need this light. Take the camera gear out. I don't need my drone. Okay, so the bag is empty. Now I'm going to reconfigure. I don't need this piece. And maybe I'm going to reset for another shoot. Bring my strobe. Put my camera body in. Put my camera body in. Lenses. I can put my miscellaneous bag. Maybe I'll bring my GoPro. And then I'll have my tripod. And close it up. And then stop the time lapse. So now we can review, see how everything was looking. It's in your camera roll. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I'm just going to click on edit and just make it a little bit straighter. So you edit, crop, it's the lower right hand corner, and then I'm sliding this left and right to make it more straight. Now when you add it to your social media platform, it may crop the top and the bottom. I'm not really concerned that you can see my legs. And you can fine tune it to your liking. Now I'm just going to play it back. So I'm unpacking the bag, reformat, repacking the bag, done. Okay, that looks good to me. Very simple time lapse, overhead perspective, packing up the gear. Something I love to create every once in a while just to change things up on my Instagram feed. If you enjoyed this video, I've created another video all about how you can DIY your content. As a creative, as a photographer, I do not have a media crew following me, capturing all my behind the scenes. So I put that job on myself as well. So I want to create and capture what I'm doing on location. So I've created this video to kind of talk about all the different ways that you can capture your own content if you're in a similar position to me. So I'll see you there.